Bam! My peoples. My peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. This is Shadow Ban J, episode 4. If you know what's going on, you know what's going on. We talking boxing, my peoples. It looks like Errol Spence is coming back, y'all. Yup. The truth. Now, we we've been talking about Errol and whether or not he should retire. You know, what division is he going to come back? Is he going to be at 154, 160? Will we ever see a rematch with Terrence Crawford if he comes back? So there are a lot of questions. Son, you see what I'm saying? Mussolini, chill out, B. Oh, man. So I got a situation going on over here. I know. Hey, I got a dog, a cat, and a chihuahua that just showed up. So the dog is going crazy. Oh, man, I'm gonna have to hold on, my peoples. I got a situation over here. Hold on, my peoples. Y'all know what Boxing for Breakfast is about. This is coming at you live, unscripted, and sometimes we run into situations that we have to manage mid-show. This is one of them. This is one of those type of situations. So you guys have to see this interesting thing. I went to the store, and before I knew it, I got a chihuahua. So there you have it. I mean, I don't know if I got a chihuahua. I might find her a home, but let's see what we do. But that's why the dog is going crazy outside, my peoples. Gotta figure something out. Hold on. Hold on. So chill right there for a second. Let me do this show real quick. Fam. So, my peoples. Again, Errol Spence coming back. Shit. Errol Spence is coming back. So, you know what's going on. You know, is he going to fight a tune-up? Or can we expect him to go straight for a big gun? What's going to happen? You know, that's the type of fight that, you know, we want to see what's next for Errol. So, so my peoples, we're gonna try to make some predictions today. We're gonna see what we think is gonna happen. Is Errol gonna, again? Is he fighting a tune-up? Is he going straight for one of the big guns? Are we gonna get that fight between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman? But of course, Keith has to win. He has to be Fundora, right, for that to happen. So, you guys, you guys tell me. You guys tell me what you think about Errol Spence coming back. And, we was talking about the possibility of him retiring, of him just not coming back at all. And now we are going to see Errol Spence again. The truth is coming back, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is, man. This is another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I'm your boy, Jay Smith, and we talking boxing, my peoples. We doing what we do. This is Shadow Ban episode 4. Yes, sir. We've been shadow banned for a few days. Nobody getting the notifications and all that good stuff. But we still doing what we do, my peoples. Talking boxing. That's what we do out here. Boxing for breakfast. Yo, listen. Yo. Hold on now. This dude is acting now. I'm gonna have to. What's good with you, fam? Where were we? I digressed. Hold on, my peoples. We gotta Make sure we set. Look at this dude. Look at this dude over there. Dying to come upstairs, acting a fool. Let me pull out my phone and see what's the latest updates. But it does appear, I saw a video of Errol Spence hitting the mitts, training, appearing to be preparing. But I think it was Frank Martin that had said before that, Errol Spence has been staying in shape, but it doesn't look like he was really getting ready for a fight like that. Now that we see him, looking strong, he looked big too. What division, if Errol is coming back, what division is he gonna be in? Is he gonna be at 154? Is he gonna be at 160? Mr. KO, who should Errol Spence Jr. fight for his return? That's an interesting question. Look, if Keith Thurman wouldn't have been, the next dance partner of Sebastian Fundora, I would have said Keith Thurman because of the inactivity of both of them and the history there. But you know what's... Nah, I don't think that fight... I seen Danny Garcia is training and coming back. I don't know if they announced an opponent for him or anything like that, but supposedly he's coming back. So because both of them have been inactive, I don't know if they would come back to rematch each other. I doubt it. Who should Errol Spence come back for? Man, it's hard for me to say. Honestly, after this much time of inactivity, I don't like the idea of him coming back, to a big fight right away. I prefer a tune-up and then go from there. Let's see how he looks. Because imagine, if he comes back to a tune-up and get knocked out, washed, then we're going to be like, yeah, don't fight the big boy, son. But if he come back and he looks spectacular, wins in spectacular fashion, then we're like, oh, shit, Errol is back. Let's get it. Let's do it. Chris Fontaine, top of the morning. Danny won't fight Errol. Yeah, I don't think so. I only said that because, they're both been inactive and it looks like Danny is coming. I saw a post somewhere that Danny was saying that Danny was coming back. Mr. KO, that would be fun, but I can't see part 2. I don't want Spence Jr. to end up like Tim Tszyu. I mean, let's see. It's like I said, in my opinion, he should come back to an easy fight, a lower level opponent. That he's gonna be the favorite to knock him out. And then he does exactly that. That's how we know, okay. Because if he takes on a lower level opponent, he does what he's supposed to do. I think that's the time to say, yeah, he's ready. But right now, there's a lot of questions, man. 2 years of inactivity. We know what happened in his last fight. There's a lot of questions. And I wouldn't want those questions to be answered by, Sebastian Fundora. I don't want Boots to give me the answers to those questions. I think it has to be, let's see. I tell you what, though, I am interested in in seeing how his comeback plays out. I will say, I'm one of the people that was on the side of him retiring because of what happened in his last fight. But if he fully recovered from it, do your thing. Do your thing, champ. Still the big fish. Still a big ass fish. So let's see it, man. We do a lot of trash talking about how, Errol got beat up, and all that. But at the end of the day, that's trash talking. Let's differentiate the trash talking from the reality. The reality is that Errol Spence is a 3-belt world champion. And he earned those titles the hard way, by the way. He didn't, get a vacant strap, get an email strap, and then get another vacant one. No. He fought 3 world champions for those 3 belts. dethrone all of them. So, show some respect for the truth, my peoples. That's real talk. Chris Fontaine, dude lost one fight, and before that, he was putting niggas to the back pocket, bro. Lumping niggas up. Talk to me. So uh, that's why sometimes, my peoples, I be going hard at these goofballs on social media. When they get disrespectful like that, oh nah, bro, just to discredit Terrence Crawford. Yesterday, somebody was telling me, Errol don't really got no skills like that. All he got is that he had power, but he didn't got no skills. He got exposed. I'm like, holy shit, yo. You been riding on Errol's nut sacks for the last 5 years, and you got the balls to say that shit now? So it's hard, man, for me to let it slide when people disrespect a world champion, you know, and someone of that caliber. Errol Spence is just the type of fighter that you gotta respect, bro. All that. Hold on, my people. Hold on. Chris Fontaine. Spence was not chased, but don't fake nothing from doing he got. But don't fake nothing from doing he got them. Listen, Errol Spence is one of the fighters that I've seen be the most disrespected after taking one loss. One loss. And you took that loss to the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. That's what. Look, what I could never understand about some quote unquote fans of boxing is that a fighter will lose to another great fighter, and right away they say, "Nah, he not all that because look what happened to him." What the hell's going on out here? If two great fighters fight, one of them is going to lose. That's that's what's gonna happen. Why would you feel like you have to diminish someone who's losing versus another great fighter? You know what's the main reason why Errol Spence get discredited, diminished, hated on? Simply because it was Terrence Crawford who beat him. So now, in order to hate on Crawford, you gotta diminish Errol. That's crazy. That's wicked stuff, bro. Chris Fontaine, after breaking how many faces? Shit crazy. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how the hell you go from calling this dude the body snatcher to, nah, he ain't even know that. He ain't even know. What the hell's going on out here, bro? Boxing on paper, yo, Jay. How do you see O'Shaquie Foster versus Stephen Fulton going? Bro, listen, I'm going to be honest. That's a tough fight to call it. Very tough fight to call it for me. Styles make fights, and I think that they both have the technical assets to walk out of there with the win. I think Cool Boy has a little bit, or not a little bit, has more experience. So I think he has the edge there. But bro, I'm gonna have to say that's a 50-50 fight, man, because O'Shaquie, that's my guy, and I love the way he fight. He can fight, man. O'Shaquie can fight, so it's hard for me to bet against him. I'm gonna tell you that's a 50-50 fight, and honestly, I see it playing out very competitive. They're gonna go back and forth. They're both gonna win rounds. This might be one of those that ends up in a split decision. This this might be one of those that ends in a split decision, and I don't know who wins it. To be honest, I'm not even gonna make a prediction. I can't make a prediction. Crazy. Mr. KO and Bo was never too small. We see him standing in front of each other, man. These days, he's looking bigger than Canelo. Let's keep it 100. Chris Fontaine, Static Shock got that fight, bro. Imagine 3,000. Oye esa vaina. Peace. First one out the building. Mr. KO. Plus the skill difference, styles. Errol's skill set had more openings to be caught. Whether you like it or not, Spence Jr.'s style was tailor-made for Crawford, which is why I had Terrence Crawford knocking him out in the 8th or the 9th round. The videos are up, the receipts are up, you can go see it. Mr. KO, scroll up to my miss what I said about Spence versus Crawford. Hold on. Okay. Mr. KO, this is why I never shied away from the fact that I wanted Spence Jr. to beat Bud. Errol, one of the best welterweights for sure. And what worried me was when Crawford KO TKO everyone at 147. He was on a crazy run, bro. He was on a run at the time, just knocking everybody out in the division. Look, in boxing, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We all know this. We've seen upsets, a bunch of them. But my expectations were that the fight was going to play out the way that it did. The only difference is, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think Bud would start dominating that early. I didn't think he was going to drop Errol, what was it, in the second round, the third? I didn't think he was going to drop him that early and start already, teeing off on him. That I didn't expect. What I thought was going to happen is that they would go back and forth the first 3 rounds, back and forth, and then slowly but surely, Crawford starts picking them apart, but they're still going back and forth, and eventually, by the 8th or 9th, boom, that's it, it's over. Either the referee, and I said it, either the referee's going to have to save him, or he's going to sleep. The referee had to save him. Chris Fonson, I'll make the prediction for you, Static Shock, in 8 TKO. Terrence Crawford, but you mean the referee's going to step in, or the corner's going to throw in the towel because Canelo getting pummeled? Mr. KO, facts, but they didn't hold back. He was picking Errol off early. That's what I'm trying to tell ya. People think that Canelo's just going to be chasing Crawford down. Yo, y'all seen the video of Crawford? It's 10 days away from the fight. 10 days away, my people. Let me show you. Let me show you what Bud Crawford is looking like right now, bro. Looking like a savage. Looking like he about to inflict bodily harm on Canelo Alvarez. Without trying to find that video, but who posted it? I thought it was Ring Magazine. Physically, Bud Crawford's looking like he's gonna pummel Canelo Alvarez physically. That's all I'm telling you. What I see. Chris Fonson, Bud beat Spence with that jab. That long-ass jab, man. All in Spence grill piece. Chris Fonson, Canelo gonna have problems with that. And I said it. I said exactly that. That jab of Terrence Crawford is gonna dictate the pace more than what people think. And let me tell you something. I saved a video from Oscar De La Hoya where he's saying that Canelo's gonna run him out of the ring, that Canelo's just gonna... I can't wait. And you know what? If Oscar De La Hoya says that, he really believes it. You know why I know he believes it? Because he don't like Canelo. If it was up to him, he would love to see Canelo get whooped. He don't like him. So the fact that he's saying Canelo's gonna run him out of the ring, is gonna be easy work, he truly believes that. And I saved that video. So Oscar De La Hoya, I'ma holler at you after Terrence Bud Crawford put the Swiss, the Dre, and the Apple beats on Canelo Alvarez. And I'm gonna ask you, bro, what happened? You said Canelo was gonna run him out of the ring. Well, what's really good? I'ma holler at him. Trying to tell you. Boxing on paper. I think Fonta was talking about 8th round TKO for Oshaki. Oh, okay. I'm like, damn. Putting the beats on Canelo. I don't know, man. Listen, Oshaki Foster and Cool Boy, that's a good fight. I think it's gonna be real competitive. Mr. KO, there is no blueprint to beat Terrence Crawford. We already seen two people beat Canelo Alvarez, and we know how they did it. And Terrence Crawford has the physical and the technical assets to do those same things. I'm telling you, the way that Dimitri Bivol offset what Canelo does was with the long jab, with the reach, and with the footwork. Canelo simply was not able to operate the way he's used to. If you watch the fight, the other day, I was calling that fight. I replayed it for you guys, and I showed it to you guys. And you can see that Canelo didn't land that many body shots. His usual, consistent left hook to the body that's landing. If you watch the whole fight, I don't think he landed 5 of those flush on B-Wall. Bang! The way 90% of those punches was landing in B-Wall's arms, where he was finally able to close the gap. And B-Wall said that, his arm, his elbows, his shoulders hurt the next day and for a few days because he took a lot of punches there. But he wasn't able to land those body shots consistently. Why? Because B-Wall kept him at a distance. Yo, good morning and salute to everybody joining. This is a brand new episode of Boxing for Breakfast. This is a shadow ban episode, my people. So everybody ain't gonna see this, the notifications not being sent out and all that. So you guys getting the exclusive shadow ban episode 4 of Boxing for Breakfast. But again, my peoples, this is a fight that we're all looking forward to for a reason. And there's all the narrative about how Terrence Crawford is too small, Canelo Alvarez is gonna beat him up. That's what the people are saying. That's what the people are saying. My people's, I'm gonna kick this breakfast off over here. Got a little something over there. Gracias, amor. My people. So if you just woke up, you already know what it is, man. Get your ass dressed. Get ready to go to work, man. We gotta get this money. If you're having breakfast, enjoy it. I'm about to do the same. Y'all know what it is, my people. This is Boxing for Breakfast. I got me some eggs and avocado. This avocado is actually from the tree in my house. And this is something special right here. This avocado tree is like a gift from God. Like, I'm not lying to y'all. So enjoy your breakfast. I'm about to enjoy mine. And we talking boxing, my peoples. Bud Crawford is going to put the beats on Canelo Alvarez. I told you what it is. Mr. KO. Bivol also mentioned that that's the style that troubles Canelo. And I agree. I just don't see Canelo hitting Bud flush either. And either way, Bud is conditioned for what Canelo's going to throw. That's the one thing, Mr. KO. For whatever reason, people think that Crawford is not going to be able to handle his power. Like Crawford, they don't see that he a strong bull. Come on, man. You don't see that, man. You don't see that. This dude's gonna eat Canelo best punches like they chicken burritos, bro. Best punches, chicken burritos. Yoda, what you say about why shadow ban? I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of people that's trying to stop my motion, that don't want to see Jay Smith go up. I don't know if they reported the channel or what it is. But, because you guys know that I'll get on here and tell people they don't know shit about boxing, call them goofballs and all that. People get sentimental. I don't know. But if you say some goofball shit, I can't help myself, bro. I gotta let you know. that you're a goofball. I can't help it. Boxing on paper. The anime fans gotta go check out Ben Whitaker's new chest tattoo. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not a hardcore anime fan, but I'll check it out. Those are usually pretty cool. Ben Whitaker, I don't see him going far. Nah, I see him going far. I do. I see him going far. He's gonna become a world champion. So that's pretty far. Look, Ben Whitaker has the physical and technical assets to be similar to Sebastian Fundora at that division. And he has more footwork and movements and angles than Fundora. But I'm referring to the offensive firepower at the heavyweight division with more of this. Ben Whitaker, trust me, he's gonna accomplish. He's gonna become a world champion. I guarantee you that, bro. Mr. KO, if y'all heard before predict if y'all heard before predictions, he also knows Crawford has style to trouble Canelo. He mentioned Bud using footwork and not exactly running, but staying on his bike and using his jab. Yo, look, if you look at Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, at no point in time will you ever say that Terrence Crawford was running from Spence, right? He pummeled him. But he was consistently using the footwork to either a step back or to give some lateral movement and give Errol some angles. So you saw Crawford using the footwork, but he wasn't running from Errol. You're going to see the same thing with Canelo Alvarez. You're not going to see him running. You're going to see him setting him up. Remember, longer reach than Dimitri Bivol. That means that, look, when Canelo faced right there, on Crawford jab, he can't reach Terrence Crawford. He got to go inside that long-ass jab to be able to hit him. So you know what you're going to see? Y'all seen Terrence Crawford sparring with Shakur Stevenson. You know what you're going to see? Crawford putting them long-ass hands in Canelo's face. And when Canelo step in, you're going to see that counter punch with the step back. Bang! Bang! Hold that down, son. Remember that I told you, that counter punch is going to be in full effect in Canelo's face piece. Yo. Damn, these dogs, man, they pissing me off. Boxing on paper, I think Ban can be a world champ. I don't know about Unify and all that, though. That weight class got some animals. You see, that's a different story. Because I'm going to tell you what. The heavyweight division is going to be up for grabs real soon. You think about it. Usyk, he's already in his mid to late 30s right now. And he's the guy. If we think about who runs the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, come on now. It's Alexander Usyk. But how many years he got left at that high level? And he's not a guy who's gonna overextend his career. He's not a guy who's gonna stick around to start getting pummeled and getting beat up. Oh. You got Moses Itama. You got Terra Moana, and a few other young heavyweights, hard punchers that'll put the beats on you. So the heavyweight division, my peoples, is gonna be up for grabs real soon. How how much more time do you give Usyk to be running the show? Claymore Rain, Conrad. Claymore Rain, salute my brother. Bam! Everybody in the building, Claymore Rain, a boxing mind right there. Subscribe to that channel. Real boxing people. You know, I told you before, this the people that they out there spreading conspiracies and spreading lies, making shit up out of thin air just to try to make fighters look bad, discredited fighters. And then there's people that's actually making real boxing content. Claymore Rain is one of them. So holla at your boy. The Green Thumb. Good morning, bro. Countdown to the Crawford W. I can't wait. I can't wait, my brother. By the way, everybody tuning in, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. This is Shadow Ban episode 4. We've been shadow banned for a few days. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we doing boxing, my peoples. If you just woke up, enjoy your breakfast, or you better be getting your ass up, getting dressed, getting ready to go to work, just like me. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. And I'm enjoying my breakfast, by the way. You do the same. Chris Fontaine, get them likes up. Damn, 6 likes. Diabolical. I'm telling you, some people be ducking that like button the same way that Tank Davis is ducking Lamont Roach. Because, yes, he's ducking them. I don't want to hear about, he's making a lot of money. So, still ducking him. In order to make all that money, you got to duck this. That's what he did. I want to point something out, my peoples. I need y'all to help me understand this. How come when De La Hoya or when Canelo chose not to fight Boo Boo, people didn't get in his feet and say, well, he moved up and fought Caleb Smith for $35 million. I would have done the same. He made a lot of money and it was less risky. I would have did the same. I didn't see people getting in Canelo's feet, and I would have did what he did too. We all crucified him for the duck. We all was like, you duck, boo-boo, you duck. We went hard. Back-to-back posts about Canelo Duck and Boo Boo. But we didn't consider that he made $35 million versus an easier opponent. And I would have done the same too if we didn't say that. So why for Tank Davis, that's the narrative? Oh, well, I would do the same too. And you would do the same. When did y'all become empathy fans? And I would do, what he did too. Well, when did we become that? But that's just my perspective on it, my people. Claymore Rain, how are you looking at this Thurman versus Fundora bout? My brother, I'm going to say this. I understand why Sebastian Fundora is the favorite, and I believe that he's supposed to win that fight. I expect him to win that fight. But I believe that Keith Thurman is going to be more competitive than people think, and he has a chance. As a boxing guy, I'm pretty sure you see what I see. Keith Thurman is a guy who has a chip on his shoulder, a guy who, has been disrespected since he lost, but he got one loss to Manny Pacquiao, to an all-time great. So I think he got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove that he can win at that level and become a world champion again. So I believe, and look how sharp, how good he looked in his last outing. Granted, it wasn't, the greatest of fighter that he was in there with, but still, young fighter, undefeated fighter, good boxer, and Keith obliterated him. Looked sharp, strong. So he had a good training camp for average Joe. He's gonna have a heck of a training camp for Fundora. So I expect Keith Thurman to put up a heck of a fight, and he's gonna have a chance to win. He might actually, put Fundora through some adversity before Fundora, bounces back and wins the fight. Chris Fontaine, Tank Chinese, he duck sauce. He be on the duck move, man. Claymore Rain, that face off yesterday was awkward. So was the empty press conference. Damn, Claymore, you got to me first. You got it first. You put it out there. Why you do this? I was supposed to say that, Claymore Rain. That's what happened when you boxing mind. You gonna skip me and say it first. But yes, my peoples. Yesterday, it was kind of odd to see, you know, we're talking about these two fighters who are very well known, very popular, and it's like, what happened with the presser? To be honest, Claymore, I think that maybe they just didn't promote that presser, like let the people know, yo, we here, come through. Maybe they just did it in a way that people just didn't even know and didn't show up. That's what makes sense to me. I don't know because these two guys, they both have a following, and you know that Keith Thurman is gonna, you know, be his usual self. I don't know. I don't know what happened, bro. It looks scripted as hell. Mr. KO, they putting a narrative out there saying, yo, if someone gave you 40 million to quit your job, will you quit Southpaw TV? But that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. When in the history of boxing did they ever use that narrative? When? So you see, that's what you call an extreme fanatic. When they adjust a new logic based on the situation. Whatever happened, I'll find a way to explain it and make it make sense in my favor, in the way that I would like to see it. And that's what we're seeing right now with Tank Davis. Yo, Claymore, you tell me, my brother, how is it that the people that's been ripping Jake Paul from the moment he turned pro until the moment he agreed to fight Tank Davis, now they're not ripping Jake Paul anymore because he's fighting Tank Davis? Now they businessmen and they about the money. But Jake Paul been making money and y'all didn't give him credit for that. Now you giving him credit because Tank Davis is making money with him? Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Mr. KO, I think Keith Thurman wins. Gonna be tough. Because I tell you what, right now, Fedora is the guy at the 154 division. Until further notice. Claymore Rain. I definitely can see Thurman presenting Fedora with some issues. I can also see Keith on his bike potentially snooze fest. That could happen. I hope not. I hope not, but you're right. It could happen. Especially if Keith get hurt early and jump on that bike, it could happen. But I don't know, man. I'm rocking with Keith's ring savvy, with his confidence going in after the last fight, with his experience, with that chip on his shoulder. So go in there really trying to take it away from Fondora, as opposed to us seeing a guy who's just trying to survive, trying to make it. Claymore Rain, Fondora better learn how to cut that ring. I mean, it's tough. versus a guy like Keith, because you know, if you're there with somebody who's faster than you, who has, you know, better footwork, it's tough to cut the ring, bro. It's tough. You saw Canelo with William Score; he couldn't cut the ring to save his life. Couldn't cut the ring on William Score to save his life. That's why that shit was a snooze fest. And look, why they don't knock Canelo for that? Why they didn't say, "Damn, son, what happened? You damn near put us all to sleep." And this dude dancing circles around you. Claymore Rain, Jay Smith. This is why this space has no voice in the current space of boxing. These casual drill rapper fans have burned their bridges with world championship boxing. Damn, bro. And you don't want to burn these type of bridges because a lot of opportunities open, a lot of doors open if you stay in the game. But Freedom, Sue didn't deserve rematch when Keith doesn't. Sue didn't deserve rematch, and Keith doesn't deserve this. Gojo Teal, salute. And who wins? Oshaki Foster versus Stephen Fulton. Um, Listen, bro, I struggle with figuring with making a prediction. Claymore Rain, who you got in that fight? Oshaki Foster or Stephen Fulton? Because honestly, I see a with styles make fights. I see both of them going back and forth, both of them winning rounds. I see a close fight, man, but I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be a situation where somebody runs out of gas or somebody breaks somebody down, but it's hard for me to really make a prediction on that one. Fredo, 3 years and only one fight against Brock Jarvis, a nobody. So again, I want to see how this fight plays out. I think it is gonna be competitive. Cool Boy, I think Cool Boy has the edge and experience. Only lost to Naoya Inoue, well, many people consider the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. So, and Oshaki, he's been in some fights, man. And he beat Robson Conceição. So, that's a big win. People don't. That's Robson Conceição is one of those opponents who people literally disrespect him because Shakur beat him. You can't say he's good because, whoa, if we say he's a real good boxer, if we say that he's an Olympic medalist, if we say, look what this guy, then that's going to look like Shakur's good because he beat that guy. So, nah, Conceição's not all that, bro. Shakur ain't beat nobody. Claymore Rain, Foster versus Fulton is a stylistic fight. Fireworks and one thing for sure, two things for certain. The fans win that fight. Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be that type of fight. I don't know, man. I personally, I can't make a prediction on it. I'm just going to enjoy it. I love both of those fighters. So, I'm looking forward to a great show in that one. Can't predict. I'm going to be... The one thing I can tell you, man, I like to make predictions that I feel comfortable with, that I feel confident with. That's why when I tell you Terrence Crawford is going to whoop Canelo's ass, I feel confident about that. Just like I felt when I told you he was going to whoop Errol. I feel confident. There's some predictions that I have a hard time making because I feel like, damn, I'm full of shit. I'm just picking a name, but I really don't feel confident in this. I don't like to make those predictions. And Fulton versus Foster is one of those. I tell you a name, I really don't believe what I'm saying. I need to believe it. There you have it, my people. Damn, yo, I stepped on avocado and shit. Motherfucker. My peoples, y'all already know what it is. This is another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. This the Shadow Ban series, okay? Shadow Ban J, episode 4. A few days ago, I got shadow banned by YouTube. Notifications ain't going out. People don't know I'm live. But we still doing it. The same schedule, my people. Mondays through Fridays, 6:30, 6:40, around there, a.m. Eastern Time, up until 8 o'clock in the morning. My people, we live. We doing what we do. We talking boxing. Sebastian Fedora, Keith Thurman. That's a heck of a fight. That's a heck of a fight. Keith is not getting washed, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are saying he's gonna get washed and he's gonna get made to look easy, it's not gonna go down like that. It's really not. Keith is a fighter who has the credentials for us to say he's gonna put up a good fight. He has the credentials. He has the pedigree. He has everything, all the boxes check to tell me that Keith is gonna put up a good fight. All of them, check, 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 check. Yep, he's definitely gonna put up a good one, for sure. Claymore Rain. I might be leaning towards Foster though. I wonder about Fulton's chin. I don't know. Plus, he has this new boost approach with this close range catch and shoot approach. It might be a shootout. You know, Oshaki's been leaning more towards that style and towards fighting close range and trading leather. That's why I think we're going to see fireworks, because you know Stephen Fulton is a very good counterpuncher, and he likes to trade too. He likes to let him fly from close range. I think we're going to see moments in this fight where they just both letting the hands fly and boom until somebody eat a big one. I think we're going to see a few of those type of moments. It's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. I think, damn, nah. You know what? I don't think it's going to be a good one. That's all I can say. I just have a hard time, man, leaning either way, my brother. That's how good this fight is going to be. That's how entertaining I expect this fight to be. Stephen Fulton, cool boy. No, Stephen Fulton or Shaki Foster. It's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. And we have to support fighters like that. I think we do a bad job of supporting fighters because we put so much focus on certain fighters and really don't pay that much attention to others. Yo, Claymore, something that I want to point out to you, my brother, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. You see how some platforms, right? If two fighters are going back and forth on Twitter, they post about it, right? Oh my God, these fighters are going back and forth. They might fight each other, right? They'll hype up the fight and then get the fans talking about these fights, and that's something that could impact, the fight actually happening, the interest that the public is showing, right? But with some fighters, they don't show that energy. Like, for example, Shakur Stevenson been going back and forth, right, on Twitter and challenging each other, saying, yo, let's fight. So if that's happening, how come there's some platforms that pay that situation no attention at all, don't mention it at all ever, and act like it's a situation that doesn't exist? Now, me, right, who have a very small platform compared to you guys and others that are even bigger, I talk about that fight, that potential showdown, because just like everybody else, I'm a boxing fan. I would love to see Shakur Stevenson fight a big name, fight a world champion, a highly accomplished opponent, and Teofimo Lopez would be great. That's a mega fight. So when I see these guys going back and forth, what's up? I've seen that already in the past materialize into fights. Not always, not necessarily, but it has happened. So why, as a platform who has a lot of, a large following, would you not even mention or talk about this potential mega fight at all? Like it doesn't exist. I'd be pushing for it. I wish I had 1 million people in this platform so I could say, yo, my people, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, they might actually fight. Whoa, we want to watch this fight. I know you want to see it. I want to see it. I'd be going berserk and trying to get the people behind that fight. But nah. It's like, I feel like there's folks out there who just don't want Shakur Stevenson to get that fight, or any of the fights that'll get him away from that narrative. Oh, he didn't beat nobody. Because that's the thing. The moment he beat a star, what's gonna be the new narrative? Oh, he only beat one star. Because that's what happened with Terrence Crawford. It was the same deal. Oh, nah, look, he only beat Errol. And Errol was hurt anyways. Always a narrative. Mr. KO, I got Fulton. Do you have it going the distance? Or is it a stoppage? JJ's in the house. Good morning, J Smith. I'm here. Let's go. 8 likes. Let's go, my peoples. Bam. Appreciate you dropping in, my brother. I don't know, man. I think, people are so focused on building a narrative and on wanting what they want to happen to be the things that play out. Claymore Rain, they have no interest in the sweet science. They're only here for the drama, the build-up. They wouldn't even make a channel without that drama to sink their teeth into. Mr. KO, Scooter, UD, Claymore Rain, they could care less about fights materializing. I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what bothers me, though? I'm going to tell you something that bothers me, Claymore, about some of these platforms. When I see that they use it to push a narrative, like I'll give you an example. I've seen boxing groups that from the moment Terrence Crawford signed on to fight Canelo, they've been posting non-stop about Victor Conti's past and about how he's linked to Crawford and about how something's going on. It's like they're working really, really like overtime, almost like somebody sending you a check to post this stuff every day about how there's something going on. So, of course, when Terrence Crawford wins the fight, oh, no, look, he's down with this guy. We already spread this. So, that really bothers me, bro, because I'm like, how could you actually spread a lie on purpose? And then the people who follow these platforms, they believe it. Especially if you don't like a fighter, if you don't like Terrence Crawford, and you got this guy telling you that he's on steroids, you want to believe it. You're like, yeah, word. You start spreading the shit. Damn, why would people work so hard to do that? You got a platform. You love the sweet science, and all you do is talk shit about fighters and bash them. So I don't know, man. I don't know what be going on with these people. Mr. KO, man, I'm going to keep it real. Teofimo Lopez going to be one of Shakur's toughest opponents if the fight happens. If the fight happens, because as of right now, it doesn't look like it's a done deal. Mr. KO, it's going to be a distance, but it's going to be fairly and surprisingly close and entertaining to watch. Two young fighters at the highest level, highly accomplished, special fighters. It will be a super entertaining fight to watch. Why would I not want to see it? Claymore Rain, professional, full of time, meat holsters. Oh, man. My goodness, bro. The pocket watching is insane. The sizzucking. My goodness, bro. These dudes, most of these dudes don't take Tank Kizak out their mouth. Why are you always trying to bring up Tank Davis money? Why? What's the point? You're going to get a check? You're going to get some? JJ's in the house. J Smith, before I got your channel, it asked me 3 questions in this channel, education. Oh, you see, is this channel education? Is it interactive? And how satisfied are you with this channel? Good morning. So guess what, my brother? That's why I'm shadow banned. If you're being asked that, it means that I'm shadow. It's what I suspected. I'm shadow banned because a bunch of people reported the channel. That's why. I knew it. That's why I was asking you that. when a bunch of people at once reported, and I don't know this for a fact, so I don't know this for a fact, but I've been told that a bunch of people reported at once. YouTube, put it on shadow ban and start doing their little review. Y'all know I'll be out here calling people goofballs and cornballs and shut the hell up. So y'all know what it is, man. Some people get emotional out here and whatnot. Mr. KO, they hated on Box Center, bro. And look, I'm gonna be honest, they've been hating on me, or at this point, for a couple of years, man. From the beginning, from the very beginning, bro. They've been hating on me. Like from the very first video I dropped, motherfucker, like, who the fuck is this? So I'm used to it. It's all good. You're not gonna stop the train. Can't stop, won't stop. That's what I can say to that, my people. Mr. KO, they don't like how you talk about Canelo and Tank. I think that's part of it. I think it's a combination of things. Number one, because it can't be just that, because everybody's not a Canelo and Tank fan. Canelo and Tank fans don't like a lot of pages, and they still grow. They're still big. They still big. So it's not about that. It's about a few different things, a few different factors. Part of it is also that I'll get on here and I'll tell you, you don't know shit about boxing to anybody. And people, they get emotional. I'm going to put it to you like this. If I was to be more subdued in my delivery, I would probably right now have about 1,000 more subscribers than I do have. But I don't want to change that. I don't want to change. I don't want to be soft so you could stay subscribed to the channel. If I could say whatever I want to say, and I'm going to say what I want to say, and you down with it, rock with me. Give me a hug.
Papá, yo te voy a tener esto. Aquí.
Oh. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yo vi, venga a ver para enseñarte otro perrito.
¿Enseñame qué?
Un perrito de otro.
¿Cómo? ¿Y de quién es?
Tengo un perrito.
¿Eso es tuyo? ¿De quién es eso?
Él te quedó ahí.
¿Cómo?
Porque ves sucio.
Ay, hay que limpiarlo si está sucio.
Yo quiero que lo bañes. Porque no te va a bañar hoy.
Oh.
Porque si lo podemos coger, te podemos bañar.
¿Y de quién es?
Yo no sé. Es que... ¡Ay, qué lindo! Mira. ¡Ay! Es un perrito, qué lindo.
Sí.
Este queda
Buen día,
ahí.
amor, ¿cómo te sientes?
Ahí te queda.
¿Y cómo amaneciste?
Está buscando agua.
More, pon el seguro aquí, por favor. So, my peoples, let me put you on in case you joined recently. I got a new dog. I got a Chihuahua. I went outside to get some chocolate milk, and some random Chihuahua just ran up to me. So now we got a Chihuahua. But I don't know if I'm gonna keep him, but we got him right now. Mr. K, Toy Mafia, salute my brother. Bam, appreciate you dropping in. Mr. KO, I fought with Ted Heavy, but I don't fuck with the fact that he left an important fight behind. Lamont turned that fight into something else by his performance, let alone he made it more anticipated for the second fight. That's a fact, my brother. That is a fact. That was a super anticipated rematch. A lot of people waiting for it. And Mr. KO, you know for a fact because you was on that live yourself multiple times. In fact, when I said Tank Davis, when I said Lamar Roach was gonna beat Tank Davis, you know that I said that. I said it. So they believe me. They believe me, my brother. I told y'all Lamar Roach was gonna beat Tank Davis. They believe me. And remember, some of you guys was like, nah, Tank is gonna knock him out in the rematch. He just wasn't feeling the same and all that stuff. Well, he definitely wasn't feeling the same about having that rematch either. Candle Crush. Yo, Jay Smith. Jay Smith still Jay Smith, that guy still across the street taking the fridge. Good morning. My brother, good morning. Nah, he gone. I haven't seen him for a while. He might be locked up. JJ's in their house. Lots of people are soft these days, bro. Bro. I'm gonna put it to you like this. We see boxing fans all the time who will tell you all type of crazy shit. If you're like, man, shut the hell up. You don't know shit about boxing. You're insulting me, man. Shut the hell up. You still don't know shit about boxing, even if your feelings is hurt. I just have to say what I have to say, bro. The hydro grind, yo, they have to look for you this morning. Whoa, finally. But check this out, the hydro grind. Somebody who was going into the channel, first YouTube asked them, like, is this channel educational? Is it for whatever purpose? It asked a set of questions before they could go in. So what I'm pretty sure happened is that a bunch of people reported the channel at the same time. So YouTube shadow banned me, and watch is gonna ask a lot of people an option to select before they go in. So they could, part of the investigation to see that I'm not, saying nothing crazy, bullying nobody, no shit like that. I'll be telling people they don't know shit about boxing over here, but that's my opinion. That's not bullying. And in fact, that's not even my opinion. That's a fact. Motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Mr. KO, facts. He out-jabbed Tank and out-punched him. Stats don't lie. Tank only got off more power punches and body shots. That's what saved him from the draw. But that should have gave it to Roach for what he did. But I'm going to tell you something about power punches and punch stat. What is the problem with that? And why Tank Davis lost? Let's say, Mr. K and Mr. KO, you're going to understand this because you're a boxer. Let's say you're fighting somebody, right? It's a professional fight. And you're like this, you're in the shell, and they punch you, and they punch you real hard, but you block it. It's a very good block. But it hits you right there, boom, and it moves you, boom. That's for CompuBox purposes, that's a counted power punch that landed on you. But you blocked it perfectly fine. So you see, power punch stats can be misleading. A lot of people don't understand this. It could be misleading because it doesn't tell you that the punch actually landed flush. It tells you that it landed. So if it landed on the elbow, on the shoulder, in the gloves, if it partially landed, like when it hits here and then it touches the head, that's a landed shot per CompuBox. The hydro grind, I don't get the notification, but as soon as I open YouTube, you are right there. Here we go. Here we go, poco a poco, bro. That's what it is. Lo que va a pasar como quiera, manito. Lo que está para nosotros no nos lo quita nadie. Eso está ahí esperando. JJ's in their house. That is counted. That's what I'm saying. That is counted. So you could never heavily rely on CompuBox numbers because landed punches don't mean they actually landed clean. It just means that they made contact. That's it. I never knew that. I used to think that landed punches were like pound one, pound two, pound three. No, my peoples. Bang, that's a landed punch. Bang, that's a landed punch. Bang, that's a landed punch too. Mr. KO, it's also the fact that winning championship rounds in a close fight like that is supposed to help edge the win. That's a fact. That's a fact. What, if it's a very close fight and you win those rounds, 10, 11, 12, or you win two of those, you're supposed to walk out of there with the dub. Mr. KO, Lamont dominated the championship rounds. Come on, bro. I watched the fight again the other. Oh shit. Oh shit, my peoples. Now I know. Yo, Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. I did that fight on Sunday. Right? I did it on Sunday. Went live. Showed the fight. Showed how Tank Davis was getting lumped up. Walked down. Bullied. And it was the following day, bro, that I was shadow banned. After showing that fight. And saying, look, most people, they didn't see this fight more than once. Watch. And it was the day after that I got shadow banned. One day after showing that fight and calling it. I don't know if it's a related event. Yo, what you doing, bro? Look at this dude. Look at this dude. I don't know if it's a related event, but that's the way that it played out. So my peoples, what do you guys think? Oh, hold on. Kano Crush. Real quick, change the subject. Who's Ryan's favorite boxer? Your son. Right now he doesn't have a favorite boxer, to be honest. If I tell you he got a favorite boxer, it'd be cap. Because right now, really, he only knows Crawford and Canelo, and he picked Crawford. So I could tell you that Crawford is his favorite fighter, but he only knows Crawford and Canelo. That's the only ones that he's actually sat down and paid attention to. So I don't know who his favorite fighter yet. When he turns 4 years old, that's it. I'm gonna sit him down and he's gonna have to make a choice. You're old enough, son. It's time for you to choose. That's it. He's gonna turn 4 years old later this year. He's gonna have to make a choice. He's gonna have to pick a side. That's it. You're old enough, son. My peoples. Again, Errol Spence, it looks like he's coming back. We spoke about the possibility of him retiring. We said that, look, Errol, he took a nasty beating to Terrence Crawford, and besides that, he's been, out of boxing for 2 years already. So the notion that he's coming back, I find it super interesting. I'm one of the people who said that he should retire based off of the time that he was out, and I thought that maybe he suffered some physical damage from that fight. But if he's good, if he's physically good, I support Errol Spence 100%. I support him coming back. And also I want to point out, my peoples, y'all know that part of what we do is trash talking. I always like to separate the trash talking from the reality. So I could sit here and tell you, Errol got pummeled, Errol got beat up, oh, Crawford beat him up. But don't get it twisted. That's trash talking. When we talking for real, I got mad respect for Errol Spence. We're talking about a 3-belt unified champion who got it the hard way. He didn't get an email title. He didn't get, gifted a belt, one of the vacant straps. He had to fight for all 3 of those, my peoples. So, you gotta have respect for the truth. Mr. Kale, if y'all don't think Tank got exposed, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Man, I fuck with Tank. Like I said, but Tank doesn't utilize his jab. He relies on the brick hand, explosive counters, and he's twitchy. Lamont Roach, man, they, showed up with the perfect game plan. I'm gonna be honest. I believe that Tank Davis. I know that Tank Davis is a special fighter. The problem is, and part of what you say, he relies a lot on that knockout power. So he's a notorious slow starter. He's given up early rounds to a bunch of fighters. He's done that before. This time, it backfired. I feel like giving up those yo, if you think about the first 6 rounds, I swear to God, man, there's no way that you could see Tank Davis winning more than 2 rounds out of the first 6. So the first 6 rounds is 6-2. If you being generous, you could give Tank 1 round out of the first 6. Real talk, out of the first 6, you could give him 1 round. So for the second half of the fight, you saw him trying to pick up the intensity. You saw him trying to land those counters, trying to punch harder down. Every punch, the jab was real hard. He started to get desperate, started to make some mistakes, started to get frustrated. So I think that part of why that fight played out the way that it did is because Tank Davis started real slow, expecting the knockout in the later rounds. The fight wasn't playing out the way they thought, and before you know it, by round 6, he was playing catch up. They knew they was behind on the cards, and I think if I'm not mistaken, they told him in the corner, and it was heard. I heard it in the live broadcast. I'm almost sure that happened. That they was like, "Yo, we behind." So they knew that they were losing a fight, and because of that, now Tank wasn't. Now he was fighting with urgency. That's what I tell you. When you say Tank Davis wasn't the same, you're taking away from Lamar Roach. What you're not seeing is that Lamar Roach made him not the same. Roach is the reason why he was out of character, frustrated, taking a knee, hitting him with the shoulder in the mouth. Dirty tactics that you've never seen Tank Davis using in his entire career. Lamar Roach frustrated him. So yeah, he was not the same, but he was not the same because of Lamar Roach. Mr. KO, Roach was busier, out jabbing, and Tank played out the outside. Roach was coming forward and looking more active. And the thing is that pretty much the entire fight played out that way. It was Lamar Roach going forward, Tank Davis using lateral movement, backing away, and then Tank Davis would stand his ground, and Lamar Roach would stand right there with him. There was no point in time in this fight where Tank Davis was putting a hand on Lamar Roach while Roach back was against the ropes. Bam, 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 bam. That never happened at no point in time. And that's the thing, part of what I feel like frustrated Tank Davis, that he wasn't able to be his usual self. And then when he tried bully tactics on Lamar Roach, like shoving him and talking, Lamar Roach would be smiling, standing right in front of him, like, yeah, what's up? There was a couple of times where Tank tried to punch him, like, while the referee was breaking him up, and Roach would be like, pah! Get that last punch in there, what's up? What's good? And laughing at him. So Tank Davis got frustrated because what he's used to doing, he just wasn't able to in this fight. He wasn't able to, my people. It didn't play out the way that he planned or the way that they're used to. Mr. KO, Frank was outboxing Tank for a minute, but once he made it obvious he was shielded from Tank left, he gave Tank leeway, backing up too much on the ropes. I think Frank Martin was doing really good, winning some of those early rounds up until he got caught with a good shot. Once he got caught with a good shot, he almost started to unravel. You started to see him not throwing as many body punches, starting to put a lot of focus on what Tank was going to do or trying to do, and not as much focus into his offensive output. He got gunshot. He went from being real strategic with it to getting gunshot. And that's it. Tank started setting him up, and it played out the way that it did. The Hydro Grind, Roach versus Pitbull. Who you got? I got Roach. Roach outboxes him. JJ Sendejas. Pretty cool, Jay Smith. Your dog is kicking it with you. He's not kicking it with me at all. At all. He's not kicking it with me. I'm going to tell you why he's here. I went to the store earlier this morning to get some chocolate milk, and a Chihuahua decided that I was gonna be the owner. So I came back home with a damn Chihuahua, bro. So the Chihuahua is in the house, you see? And he just wants to go in because he's smelling the Chihuahua. He already saw her. So it's not even about me. This fool ain't even trying to chill with me. He just trying to go holler at the Chihuahua. Funny ass dude. Yo, son. Yo, you a goofball, B. You gotta stop this goofball shit you on. And then he a big ass husky, and it's a Chihuahua like this size. What you trying to do, son? You trying to murk somebody? Mr. Ko, he didn't know what to do, wasn't ready. And he folded when he got on them ropes. Roach. Yeah, Frank boxed really good until he got clipped. Yeah, man. Once he got clipped, he kind of started to go downhill. JJ said that little fucker has beef with you then. I mean, he don't really got beef with me. He just thirsty. He thirsty. He seen that dog, and he trying to holler. Frito, you just picked up somebody Chihuahua. Frito, I don't know, man. You're always saying some weird ass shit, man. It's time for you to go already. I'm tired of your weirdo ass shit. Mr. Ko, Pitbull gonna fall short in the pocket. It's funny because that's who's Pitbull Cruz style. But Roach is gonna frame and roll those hooks straight off, and Cruz is gonna get countered. That's what you saw with Tank Davis. That's how you saw him winning those exchanges on the inside. JJ said that's the fuck out of here. Man, I've been giving him a break for the last 2-3 days. It was his time to go already. He overextended his welcome. Goofball. You see, my peoples, this is part of the show. Now Frito's gonna go somewhere, create a fake channel, and report me. Still a goofball. And this is still gonna be part of the show. Bro, come on now. I almost started to feel like if a whole episode of Boxing for Breakfast passed and nobody got blocked, we didn't succeed, man. We didn't complete the entire mission of the day. That hydro grind every single day with the craziness. Now he gonna take that craziness somewhere else. Well, to be honest, Frito's gonna create a fake account and come back here with the same craziness. Superman. He's definitely a goofiest of the oofiest. You know, I actually got a new video of the goofiest of the oofiest, which I did last week, and I haven't even edited it yet. So I think it's a good. Now that you mentioned that, you actually reminded me, I should edit and post that joint. Real talk. My peoples, I posted some new shorts, by the way. Y'all gotta check out the new shorts. And check out the content. Check out the videos. Some new stuff is up. Y'all already know this is Shadow Ban J, episode 4. It's going down right now. The Hydro Grind. We laugh about it, but he's the type to create a new account. No. He's gonna create a new account, bro. That's the funny thing about it. Here's what I don't get. And the Hydro Grind, as a content creator, maybe you can help me understand this. How could somebody go on this channel, right? Tell me that I don't know shit about boxing. Tell me that I don't know what I'm doing. Tell me that this channel's boring, right? And then I block them, and they create a new account and come back. Help me understand that, my guy. Why would you even spend the time of creating a fake account to come back and subscribe over here? Mr. Ko, J. Smith, we're going to need a final poll from you with final prediction on Bub versus Canelo. We need y'all to comment on who y'all got when the poll is made so y'all don't switch sides. Oh, no, that's coming. Before the fight, you remember, you know how I make the video and make your prediction on video and with the poll. We're going to have that. But we're going to do the poll 7 days before the fight. Right now, we're 10 days before the fight. 7 days before the fight, we're doing the poll. Age is 17. Sorry I'm late. Don't need to be sorry, my brother. You're in the building. Salute. Bam. Team KO. Mr. KO, Team Buck Crawford in the building in full effect. We're gonna you know what song we're gonna be singing after Crawford versus Canelo? We are the champions, my friend. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. There you have it, my peoples. That's my rendition of We Are the Champions. And that's the tune we're gonna be singing to after Terrence Bud Crawford make history on September 13th. Age of 17, when Canelo wins, I'm playing Hail to the King. He getting lumped up. JJ said that. Ain't no stopping us now. What the fuck? Well, come on, JJ. Let's keep it 100 right here. I told y'all I know boxing. I didn't say I know shit about singing, my G. I ain't never lied to you about that. Mr. KO. But the legend killer Crawford. Nah, man, we gotta be more direct with that. That's too subliminal for me. It gotta be Bud the Canelo ass whooper Crawford. The hydro grind after Canelo whooped that ass. I'm telling you, man. Yo, the hydro grind, you one of the people, man, that I really want to see on September 14th, man. You my guy. I got love for you. My Dominican brethren. I got a special love for you. But, you know, don't think that love is gonna make it any difference on September 14th. You going into the frying pan till you getting cooked. Mr. KO, Bud Crawford moving like 2009 Randy Orton with the baldy. Ready? What you mean with the baldy? He shaved his head. JJ said that Jay Smith, you need to go on The Voice. I might win it all. If I go on The Voice, I think a little practice, a little voice, a little singing lessons, and I think I got that. I handle it. Off the world. I'm trying to tell you. But you see the singing, you see the tuning of the vocal cords. And that was something light, I didn't even drink no water, not like that. Come on now, you see the talent. The Hydro Grind, September 14th, Jay Smith will forget to turn on the live. Nah, bro. The 14th, I got a feeling, man. I hope you're not gonna be one of the people that hit me up on September 20th talking about, nah, my dog gave my charger and the phone, So when I bought a new charger, the internet went down, bro. And all these days, they've been trying to fix it. I hope you don't come back with something like that. JJ said that people hate you for sure, bro. People hate me. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. I do block a lot of people. When I go on different pages, I see that people say no type of crazy stuff and they don't get blocked. So, maybe I'm trigger happy with the blocking, but that's part of the show, bro. What? Think about this, yo, JJ. If we didn't have the get him the fuck out of here segment, this show wouldn't even be the same. Mr. KO, the live gonna be on night of the fight. Just show like Bug gonna show up and show out. Bro, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Terrence Crawford, he already envisioned himself beating Canelo Alvarez. He envisioned himself, slipping punches, landing punches on Canelo. And he already seen it when they raising his arm and giving them all four of them belts. He's seen that. But what I want you to understand is that I see myself calling the fight too. And I see myself. Oh my God! Terrence Crawford is dishing out a brutal beating on Canelo Alvarez. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Canelo is taking the beating of a lifetime. Devastating blow from Terrence Crawford. I can see myself calling the fight, my peoples. I can already envision it. So the way that Terrence Crawford envisioned himself, so the way that Terrence Crawford envisioned himself whooping Canelo's ass, I envision myself calling the fight as Crawford is battering Canelo. I can see it. He see himself doing it. I see myself calling it while he doing it. Mr. KO, man, I don't care. When Bub beat Canelo, y'all don't know that taints his legacy because he was supposed to retire with those belts. It won't mess up his resume and accomplishments, though. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. When you have a fight of this magnitude, somebody's legacy is going to be enhanced, whoever wins. But whoever loses, their legacy won't be diminished. Why? Because you have two great fighters. It's two great fighters who are fighting. Your legacy is not diminished by losing to a great fighter. So, it's two guys at the top, two guys who've been number one at the pound for pound list, both been undisputed champions. They're both gonna go in there and put up a heck of a fight. And the better fighter is gonna win, which is Terrence Crawford. I've been telling you guys over and over and over. I've been trying to get you to understand it. JJ's in there has Jay Smith. No, you talking like the Muppet Show. Mr. KO. Oh yeah. Go down there. This dude don't want to go, bro. This dude don't want to let me do the show. My peoples, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in. Hold on, man, because even this dude want to be part of the show right now. Check him out. So my peoples, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in to today's episode of Boxing for Breakfast. This is Shadow Ban J, episode 4. You guys know that I've been Shadow Ban for the last 4 days. But we here, we talking boxing. Them tanker maniacs went hard when it comes to reporting the channel. Whatever, my peoples. We still doing what we gotta do. They can't stop the motion. They can't stop what we doing out here. But again, shout out to everybody who tuned in today. JJ Zendejas, Superman, Mr. KO, John Parham, the Hydro Grind. The Hydro Grind, I told you, man, on September 14th, do not disappear. Because once Crawford put the beats on Canelo, you my guy, I got mad love for you. But you're gonna get cooked, baked, roasted, filleted, microwaved, heated, all types of cooking is gonna go down on September the 14th. So my peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. One love to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate y'all. Even in the Shadow Ban episodes, you guys are showing up. You guys are tuning in, and we're gonna make it happen. The Hydro Grind, September 14th, 10th, toes down, right here. See you on the 14th, my brother. Salute. I'm out of here, my peoples. Bam.